Okay, so why do you think we're doing this? Any ideas as to why we're doing this?
For a common thread?
Sorry?
A common thread?
Common thread, great response.
We're all connected.
Yeah.
Thank you, we're very connected. Yes, we're all connected.
We don't see the link, but there we can see it.
Okay?
But differently, so uniquely, we're all connected, but in a unique way.
Yes.
I'm going to
Thank
throw
you.
quantum physics into this.
Please.
So we're quantumly connected. We're like making electron clouds around the nucleus, or we're going with waves and different waves, different vibrations. Same waves, maybe different vibrations.
Thank you very much. Absolutely. So, the reason we're doing this exercise is because we do not fully grasp, based on all the responses we've had, how connected we all are to each other.
Put some lights on
All right, way to go. We are all so connected. I'm glad everyone's having fun with this. Gosh, this is really very cool.
It's like a Christmas tree.
All right, so we'll just stay like, if anyone needs to go to do a pee, then everyone's going to have to move together. Okay, so like threads.
Can we use another color now?
Trust me.
This is too much to make you
It's a
happy.
connection.
It's just part of today, so.
Okay. So,
We're disconnected.
sorry.
Yeah, she's at the end.
Oh, we need another one, do we?
Yeah.
Does someone want to use theirs? Hang on. Maybe I have a spare one. Hang on. I'm not sure if I have one more.
If someone's got too
I
much.
think there's one in the bag. Okay, who wants to?
Or maybe we can just pass them on.
Here, thank you. Okay, there's a spare one in the bag outside. Okay, help yourself to that. Here. There. Okay. Yeah, let's make sure everyone's totally connected.
We have to go across the room too from here.
Okay, thank you. We'll do that. Yeah, that's
When it's
like this.
And it can go to the. Yes, it has to.
Can't
Jay?
come across the room.
Peter?
Sure.
What about you?
There you go. Well, I wasn't even going to contemplate leaving myself out. I wouldn't have worked. Okay? All right. So here we go. Okay? We do not understand the power we have as a single person on the entire earth. The power we have is purely by the way we're connected now. Okay? No matter what we think, how we think it, that energy travels. It connects with you, it connects with all of you in the room, it goes out on the street and it connects with the people out there, it goes into the next continent and it goes into the world and into the universe. That is the power we have. Our thoughts are the power that we send out there that then create actions that we see manifesting on the outside.
Faster than the speed of light.
Absolutely. Thank you, Dan. All right? So that's who we are. What does that mean? I had a very interesting question from Hugh about all the turmoil out there. All that turmoil out there is the manifestation of someone's thoughts. Okay? How do we pull ourselves away from that sort of situation? Okay? How do we help? First of all, if there's a war going on, and I don't like to talk about these things, but it's something that's come up so often that it's worth talking about and spending just 2 minutes on. If there's a war out there, we can't do anything, because by the time the war breaks out and we get the news, it's already old news for us. Does it help us to engross ourselves in what is happening out there? No. Because those thoughts, those visuals that we absorb are not going to help anything. So what do we need to do? What can we do to bring about more peace? And the point is, there's so many people out there that want to help. I want to help you. I want to help that person. I want to help. I'm not here today because I want to help anybody. I'm not here to help anybody. I'm only here to share. Everybody has to help themselves. Nobody can be helped by another. And this is something we need to be very, very clear of. We cannot help our children. We cannot help our soldiers. We can support our children. We can support our soldiers. We can support any situation. But the support comes from how you want to do it from an individual point of view, because everyone's got different ways of doing it. If you see a beggar and you want to help the beggar, that's fine. But when we do these things, we're not doing these things because we're helping the person. We're doing these things because it makes us feel good. So let's get to the point. Anything we do in life is to make us feel good first. Okay? So, yeah, you know, if I was a billionaire, all right? I have so much money, I don't even know what to do with it. So of course I will give to charity because I have so much. And of course it's going to make me feel good. And why wouldn't I do it? Why wouldn't I do it if I have so much to share? Okay? When you understand this concept of how much you can do to make yourself good, that's when you realize that by doing good with yourself, that's how you're supporting what we need to be doing out there. We need to be supporting peace. We cannot support war. Mother Teresa had that fantastic saying that, you know, don't go out and support war. Support the peace factor. That's a great way of putting it. So it all begins here. It doesn't begin out there. Nothing is out there. Nothing, nothing. Please come back to the room, come back to yourself. And you know, attention span is limited, so I want to make sure I keep everybody with me. Have I lost anyone yet? Let me know.
We'll find out.
Okay, so I'm going to have to just loosen myself up here so I can go to the next. If you want to keep this on, we can keep it on. Just to keep that link for now. So, any questions on the fact that we are so linked and how much we send out? Any questions? Just a brief overview of that? No? Okay, great. So we go to the 4 aspects. 4 aspects. We have our emotional, mental, spiritual, and physical. These then go into subcategories, and you can keep going and going and going, and you know, could fill up the whole wall with stuff. Now, you have little writing notepads in your bags and a pen. If you'd like to get those out, I'd like you to either draw a circle, a square, an oval, a pyramid, whatever shape works for you. Like I said, I love circles. If I had a choice, everything would be round. Okay, I don't do straight lines. And I'd like you to write down how you think your being is distributed within those 4 main aspects. How much time do you give your emotional? How much time do you give your mental? How much time do you give the spiritual and the physical? And it doesn't matter how much time, you can just draw squares, and you might have a piece of the pie that's empty. Because that gives you choice on what you want to fill in that piece of pie.
Not good with that. I wouldn't work with yourself.
Then you might have more than 100%, Dan. You're very fortunate. Okay. Let me know when everyone's ready. Because this is a great exercise to do after a few weeks when you've been working with yourself. You can put percentages, you can put numbers, whatever works for you. Because we need to feed and nourish every aspect equally, as much as we possibly can. It's not simple. Mostly in life, you'll find that two aspects in your drawing are pretty well balanced. Okay? Two aspects get attention. One aspect gets about 60 to 75% attention, and one aspect might not be getting any attention at all. Or maybe it's getting 20, 25%. All right? So this is an exercise you do for yourself. The point is finding the balance. What happens when we collect all these layers of who we're supposed to be? This goes out of balance. So when we start peeling off these layers of what we should be, because we should be nothing, we don't have to be anything, we just need to be. We don't even need to. It's just being. Just being and being the people we inherently came in to be. Then we get the balance. We start getting the balance. So from an emotional point of view, what one emotionally now, when I say emotionally, there could be a lot of connotations. Some people will think, oh, how's my heart? What am I carrying in my heart? Which is good. But look at your relationships. How do you approach your relationships? What do you give your relationships? What do you get from your relationships? And it doesn't matter what relationship we're talking about. I'm talking about relationships from your, who lives with you at home or who doesn't, in your family, to your extended circle of relatives, to the extension of people you work with, to the extension of people you keep meeting as you move through life. What kind of relationships do you create? How do you nourish those relationships? How do you nourish your heart to do with these relationships? Mental. We live in a thinking world. We live in a thinking world. There's nothing we can do, okay? And since technology's come about, what do? People are on the computer. Like, hey, people are hooked to the computer. I went through that. I was addicted to my computer, like my laptop. Don't take it away, right? I can't function without my laptop. Of course, there's a lot of pluses with technology. Without being able to communicate, the world wouldn't have become such a small place. However, how much time? How much time do you sit and watch the news? Talk from the brain based on all this intellectual knowledge that we grasp. And again, we need some of it. But how much do you need? And how much time do you give it? So, think about it. And in the mental, between these two ports or quarters, we also will have feelings and emotions coming through, because this is where they're connected. What we think then become either a feeling or an emotion, and then the heart and the mind are connected, because it's through the head that we tell the heart what to feel. Why do we do that? Because our heart has forgotten to feel. We have cut our hearts off, and we have forgotten to allow the heart to feel in order to tell the mind what works and what doesn't work. Okay? So there is a disconnect somewhere around here, because we give the mental so much importance, and there is need to give it importance, but how much do we need to steer it is what is important. How much time do we want to give all those things outside of us, the reading, the news, the intellectual stuff? How much time do you want to give that? Because that will then basically reflect how you're going to feel inside of you. Okay? Because you're taking in, you're absorbing information. Physical.